ورسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول كل بدعة ضلالة.
That it was said to Abu Bakr bin Ayyash, rahimahullah ta'ala, who died in the year 194 after the Hijrah. It was said to him, Man is Sunni? Who is the Sunni? He replied, the Sunni is the one who, when the desires are refuted in front of him, does not get angry at all with that. Reported by Imam al-Lalaka'i in his Sharh Usul I'tiqad Ahli Sunnati wal Jama'ah, point 53. So this is the Sunni. The Sunni doesn't get angry, my brothers and sisters. When the desires, when the bid'ah and the innovations and the deviations and Ahlul Bid'ah and their leaders and their heads, the people of misguidance, when they're refuted, the Sunni does not get angry with that. And this is a trait also of Ahlul Bid'ah, that the people of the innovators, when the deviation is refuted, they become angry. Why are you refuting everyone? Why are you refuting Jamaat al-Tabligh? Why are you refuting Ikhwan al-Muslimin? Why are you refuting, the Khawarij and the terrorists and the insurgents, the Takfiris? Why are you refuting the Deobandiyya? Why are you refuting the Sufiyya and the Quburiyya? So they become angry with that. Then you know that when they become angry with that this is not a sign of a Sunni. As Abu Bakr bin Ayyash, he said, when he was asked, what is the Sunni? The one who, when the desires are refuted, does not get angry with that at all. He does not get angry with that at all. Barakallahu feekum. So if you find something in your heart or something within you that hates refutation, then change that. Barakallahu feekum. And if you find something in your heart that dislikes the refutations of Shaykh Rabi' or Shaykh Muqbil or Shaykh Al-Albani or Shaykh bin Baz or other than them from the ulama, Shaykh Ahmed al-Najmi or Shaykh al-Fawzan or Shaykh Zayd al-Madkhali or Shaykh Muhammad Aman al-Jami, if you find something in your heart that you dislike of refutation, you don't like Jamaat al-Tabligh being refuted, you don't like the Qutubiyin being refuted, you don't like Hassan al-Banna being refuted, you don't like Sayyid Qutb being refuted, you don't like Muhammad Ilyas Kandahlawi being refuted, you don't like Taqiyuddin Nabahani being refuted, you don't like Usama bin Laden being refuted, and Ayman al-Zawahiri being refuted, you don't like the heads of Ikhwan like Yusuf al-Qardawi being refuted, and you don't like Zakir Naik being refuted, you don't like Bilal Phillips being refuted, you don't like Muhammad Surur being refuted, you don't like Safar al-Hawali or Salman al-Auda being refuted, you don't like Yasir Qadi being refuted or Tahir Wyatt and those people being refuted. If you don't like them being refuted, then there's a problem with you. Because the Sunni, when the desires are mentioned and refuted in front of him, he does not become angry in the least. Rather, he is thankful that the people of misguidance and deviation and bid'ah and hizbiyah, that they are being exposed and they are being refuted. And he is grateful to the one who is refuting them when he brings his proofs and he brings his evidences and he shows their alliance. Because we gave you at the beginning of this dars, we mentioned to you some of the traits of Ahlul Bid'ah, some of their distinguishing signs that you see in these figureheads that I've mentioned to you. So therefore, if you have something of displeasure in your heart when these people are refuted, it's because you have either you've gained an attachment to a person and have ta'assub towards them, or some sort of blind allegiance towards them, or that you don't like the Salafi methodology of refutation. because it is from the manhaj of the Salaf. And we've meant this is Imam Ahmad, Abu Bakr ibn Ayyash, Muhammad bin Sirin, Al-Hasan al-Basri. How many ulama we mentioned last week? Fudayl ibn Iyad. So all of this, barakallahu feekum, shows that the methodology of the Salaf was to refute Ahlul Bid'ah and not to feel any tenderness in your heart towards them. As Imam al-Sabuni mentioned over and over again, as Ibn Battah mentioned over and over again, Imam al-Lalaka'i likewise. And how many of the books of the Salaf are filled with these chapter headings? Anas ibn Malik, what he said, as we mentioned to you last week, when someone came to him and said, there are people who have come along and they deny the intercession on Yawm al-Qiyamah and they deny the punishment of the grave. He said, هَؤُلَاءِ كَذَّابُونَ. He said, these people, they are liars, and do not sit with them. This is Anas bin Malik radiyallahu anhu, a Sahabi. And Abdullah ibn Abbas, when he said, don't sit with Ahlul Bid'ah, don't sit with the people of desires, for they are a cause of sickness in your hearts. They are a cause of sickness entering into your hearts. So why should you now feel in our time, when we are far away from the time of the Sahaba radiyallahu anhum, that you have some sort of special right to leave their methodology or have some softness towards Ahlul Bid'ah because you've seen a video of so-and-so on YouTube and he sounds nice, or he looks nice, or he recites nicely, or he makes you cry? Our way, barakallahu feekum, is to cling to the methodology of the Salaf and not to be deceived by the tears and the outward humility that they show, nor by their zuhud, nor by their recitation, because their recitation, as the Prophet ﷺ said, their recitation will make your recitation look like nothing. Their salah will make your salah look like nothing. And their fasting will make your fasting look like nothing. Who was the Prophet ﷺ talking about? He's talking about the Khawarij, Ahlul Bid'ah, the Mubtadi'ah. As compared to whom? The Sahaba. That's why the Jahil and remaining upon Jahl is dangerous. And having blind allegiance is dangerous. And we see that in our times. Those who had blind allegiance to the likes of this Khalid Abdul Rahman, who abused and reviled the scholars of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And he reviled the scholars of, and specifically the scholars of Medina. And he named Sheikh Rabi, and he said the scholars of Medina. And he reviled them, saying that they have opposed the manhaj of the Salaf. Yet, the likes of this individual keep appearing in dawrat, in conferences, and birds of a feather flock together. Birds of a feather, they flock together. So whomsoever accommodates the likes of this person, then he should fear for himself that he has blind allegiance, that he is defending falsehood, that this kadhab who has accused the scholars of Medina, the likes of Sheikh Rabi' and Sheikh Ubaid and others, that these scholars, that they have gatherings of secrecy, gatherings that are concealed, and that they have agreed with the Khawarij in the way that they behave, and they have deviated from the manhaj of the Salaf. This is Khalid Abdul Rahman al-Misri. Yet we see him with individuals on the same platforms as them till this day. Where's his tawbah? Where's his repentance? Rather, they defend him. They defend him and they honor him and they give him the microphone and they let him speak on the same platform as them. How is this defending the haqq? How is this not blind allegiance upon batil? When you know a man has deviated, when you know a man has shown hatred towards the Salafi ulama. And the Imam of Jarh wa Ta'deel in our time, Shaykh Rabi', shown him enmity and lied upon him and deceived the Ummah concerning him and concerning other scholars from the scholars of Medina. So don't feel any constriction in your hearts when the likes of the people of deviation and Hizbiyah and misguidance and the outright innovators like Zakir Naik and Yusuf al-Qardawi and Hassan al-Banna and Muhammad Ilyas al-Kandahlawi and the likes of Bin Laden and al-Zawahiri and other than them, that they are refuted, the likes of Yasir Qadi, that they are refuted. Don't feel any constriction in your heart that these people are being refuted. You should thank those who refute them. And you should thank those who refute the likes of Khalid Abdul-Rahman and his companions who support him in this falsehood. You should thank them because this is a safeguarding of the Ummah. And you should not feel in your heart anything. Just like Abu Bakr ibn Ayyash, he said, rahimahullah ta'ala,